Hey everybody, it's Mayor Joe Konrad. I'm down here today with our Public Works Director and City Engineer Brad Hamilton. We're at the newly opened Benson Splash Pad here at Lions Park. And Brad's going to walk us around today and give us a tutorial on how does the splash pad work. So check it out, it's open. Definitely be open here a little bit later today, but we wanted to get down here before it opens so that we don't interfere with anybody's fun. But Brad, take it away. Why don't you give us a Splash Pad 101?
All right, well first let's take a look at the splash pad. You can see it's a pretty large splash pad. It's actually probably larger than a lot of them you're going to run into, and that was part of the design because we really wanted it to be all age groups. So if you look at it, if you go around to that side, that's less intense, better for the younger kids. Instead of walking in here at being this tall and seeing this great big one splashing everywhere. So you kind of get age group around until you get over here to the big tower and stuff like that. So, and you notice, you see all the spots on the floor, all the jets that come up. We'll talk more about how they work, but basically at different times they go off, controlled by a computer. So, but I guess we could go ahead and look at the back, or the inside of how this operation works. So if you want to join me.
Let's do that. You'll notice the orange fencing around for right now. That's temporary, just until the sod takes root. Once that orange fence is down, then you'll see the finished product along with the sod.
If you notice, this area is a little different, rock instead of sod. This area has the underground storage tank. We have a 5,000 gallon underground storage tank that stores the water we use. Also, all the piping and everything for all this stuff is over here between the room, the pump room, and the splash pad itself. So this is mostly to protect it and make it a little bit more manageable. So if you come around here, you can see we're keeping it very wet, trying to get the seed to start on the grass. All that will be grass. Of course, all that is sod.
Okay, so this is the control center.
This is the control center, the pump room. Basically, we can go over kind of how this works. We have the 5,000 gallon storage tank out there. We have one pump over here, and all these pumps are Pentair Water's IntelliFlow pumps. That means they are RFD or VFD, variable frequency drive, computer controlled to search for the best energy usage for what they need to do at the time, so that they are energy saving, electric saving. We have sand filter, just like a swimming pool. This is one of our current swimming pool has 3 on the big pool, 1 on the little pool, just like this. And then we come around here to the actual controls. So what this does is it injects both liquid chlorine and acid to balance the pH, liquid chlorine to disinfect the water. So when you smell the pool water at the splash pad, it's because it is pool water. So just like a swimming pool, it's disinfected. And then we have the feature system. The feature system consists of 2 pumps. Again, the IntelliFlow series that is energy efficient. Then a series of valves here. And each one of the features out there has a valve. And you'll see we have control valves for like maintenance, and we have electric valves. Now the electric valves are all controlled by 2 computers. Controller A and Controller B. They are little computers, timers that change the jets depending on time and things like that to make the best effect. B was the one we selected. It's probably the most intense one. However, anytime you're trying to change that, then you have to reprogram the pumps and reset the valves and everything. So it's a little bit of intense, a little more than pushing a button.
Brad, one of the frequently asked questions is, what about at nighttime? How does this shut down at night?
At night, there is a timer. I went ahead and opened it here. We set the time of operation. So if you show up after the timer is turned off, you can push the button all you want, it won't come on. So it limits the hours of operation. And I think the only other thing, remember there's 2 buttons out there. They have to be pushed every time. They will only stay on for 15 minutes. Those timers in here in these computers, after 15 minutes it shuts off. If nobody's around after 15 minutes, it turns off and ends its day. If somebody comes and pushes the button, it'll start again if the timer's still in place.
So So depending on what the schedule is for the splash pad to operate, for example, if you wanted to start it at later hours during the school year or something like that, you just adjust that timer and that determines start and stop time for hours of the day.
And I did get a question on what do we do when lightning and things like that. That is at the discretion of the users. We don't have anybody monitoring it. It's strictly by time. If you see lightning, please, it's time to take cover, and just like you would anywhere else in everyday life. It's not like the pool where the lifeguards have a set rule. So
that's good to keep in mind. So if you hear thunder, yeah, get out of the splash pad. That's best practice, and certainly for your own safety.
Yeah. So I guess we can go around and look at some of the features. Here is the one of the controllers. As you see, there's a hand on it with the droplets of water, and all you have to do is touch it once, and it will start to pump inside. Now, it's half and half. It's not really one side or another. It's just different features. And you see there now, some of them are now starting. We'll walk over and hit the other button. So there's a bit of a delay from the time you hit the button until the feature actually starts. Yeah, there's quite a bit of water to pump out to get all these features going. So, see, I gotta say, this is one of my favorites. It's the jelly stick, they call it. It looks like a jellyfish. The kids seem to have a lot of fun with that. So as you can see, it's getting wound up now and everything. The tower has two buckets in it. It has the top bucket, it's about 10 gallons. It's currently filling, and it has an internal bucket that's about 30 gallons. So you get 3 little buckets here for every big bucket that's done.
And does that function when the bucket's full, or do you have to actually activate that too?
No, it's all centrifugal. The bucket fills up. Once it gets enough weight, it's off balance enough that it goes ahead and dumps, and then resets to the top. And you can see if you look at all the buckets, you can see little streams of water coming out of them. That's because once it's done, it drains all the buckets and dries out, and it doesn't just stagnate or store water for mosquitoes or anything like that.
So be aware, if you're down here splashing around, you could get a lot of water on you all at once.
All at once. So, yeah, it's really a neat facility for the city of Benson.
I've been down a few times since it opened, and there's quite a lot of activity, and it looks like people of all ages having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's very interesting watching this the first day. So, and there goes the first little bucket.
So should we go over and wait for the orange tower to do its thing?
We can do that.
So our videographer Tiffany has asked us to take off our microphones for obvious reasons, but we'll speak up a little bit. But check this out. We're already wet. It looks like we might be getting wetter here in a few seconds. We have no warning when that's come up.
You can kind of cheat and look to the side and start to see it move, but
what fun would that be?
A little bucket, I believe. So that's number 2, so we should be pretty soon.
Right. And yeah, all these features have sprays coming out of them, so as you go through the hoops or past any of these what appear to be serpent heads, there's sprays coming out of the side. And there you have it.
That's what makes it all worth it. So,
Brad, is there anything else that you want to point out as far as the operations or the features?
No, I mean, overall, it's water saving. Actually, I didn't show it, but the speed for the water for this thing is about the size of a small garden hose in this 5,000 gallon tank. So, it's really saving water, and it's hopefully a lot of fun for everybody. And we're looking forward to having it completely open.
So the 4th of July will be the grand opening. We're going to be down here on the 4th of July. We'll probably do a ribbon cutting and welcome everybody. So look forward to that, because we're going to get this out here. Feel free to come down in the meantime and use the splash pad. It's definitely open. But the grand opening right here, Lions Park, July 4th. Our 100th July 4th.